this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler and welcome to my channel. Today I am starting off a series of hopefully 4 videos for Celtic Knots in honor of St. Patrick's Day this month in March of 2019. And I'm really excited about them, and I'm going to show you an example of what's going to come up. But this week we are going to be doing this triquetra triangle. If you have followed some of my videos, you have seen how we do this with a heart woven into it. And this is, from what I can tell by my research, this is called a Celtic sister knot. And I'm going to show you how to draw it, and you won't believe how easy it is. Okay, here's another example of one that where I tangled the knot and really got frilly with the heart. And so you can do these as simply or as ornately as you like. There's all kinds of possibilities, so let's get started. All right, for today's video, for today's tutorial, I am going to be using a Zentangle apprentice tile in white. And these are really nice because they're 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches square, and they will take water if you want to use some watercolor or water-based pigment. They're great with ink base or alcohol base. They're great for colored pencils, so whatever medium you like to use, these are great for that. So I use these a lot, and they're a little bit bigger, which I like. It's nicer for my hands. So this is what I've got for our surface today. Also, I'm going to use sorry about Simba. Simba, shush, shush. Mommy, hey, I'm recording, bud. Keep it under control. Okay. He always has to have the last word. All right, so I'm also going to use this 3Z tile from Zentangle in a triangle shape that I'm going to trace around. I have a pencil. It's an F from Stadler Mars out of Germany. It's an F, I think I said that. And Micron Pigma 01 in black, my favorite inking pen at this point. Okay, so let me get started. This is so easy you won't believe it. Okay, so just find a nice spot on your apprentice tile and trace around this. Now you can draw a triangle on here freehand or in any manner you like, but we need to start with a triangle. Let's see if I can do this without making a mess. See, there I go. All right. I am laughing all the time. One of my nephews was watching me do this, and he said, "Why are you always laughing?" It's like, because I amuse myself. All right. Okay, so you've got the triangle. And just for convenience, when we start with the heart, I am going to put right down the center. I hope that's the center one light line. Let me zoom in and see if you can see this. I did it pretty lightly. Let me go over this a little bit. Boy, I am wiggly today. You are probably, if you watch this channel, you are probably used to that too. Just expect it like I do. We get by. All right, now you can see this a little bit better. I am crazy with that. And here's our center line, our center wiggly line. All right, so this is what we have, wiggles and all. Okay, let's start. Now, if you have watched my first video, then you already know how to draw triquetra. It's so easy. And so let me show you. You want to put a small mark about midpoint on each, zoom in a little bit more, about midpoint on each side of your triangle. And we've got a midpoint down here because we already centered, drew the line down the center. Okay, so you're going to pick a corner. I'm going to start in this corner, and I'm going to follow the top of this line And right before I get to the midpoint, I'm going to curve it around, and come back down on the other side towards the other corner. So we have a nice curve here. Okay? And we're going to go to the next corner and repeat that. So we're going to follow this line, come to the midpoint just about, and start your curve. And this is going to come right after the midpoint here. It's going to curve down, a nice curve, and meet here. Yes? And one more corner. Remember, we repeat everything 3 sides. So start in this corner, follow the line about halfway down, start your curve, right after the midpoint, join in, get it nice and rounded out and looking good. And so this is your basic triquetra shape. And let me show you how to do the actual tangle, or the actual knot. Okay? I'm going to start with a triangle with the point down that has slightly curved sides. Okay, I'm not good if I don't turn this each time. There. And now, when I draw this myself, I make this really light. I'm making this a lot darker so that you guys can see it well. Okay, so with your up point, straight up, find a point about the width that you're going to want your ribbon. And when I say your ribbon, I'm talking about this strip from here to here, all the way down. You can have this as wide or as thin as you want. And so that's what you're going to decide up here. How thick or thin do you want that ribbon? So we're going to make this about the same as that example I just showed you. So I'm going to start right here under the point of the triangle, okay? And I'm going to follow this curve right down to this right here. So, like so. Make a nice curve there, so that looks like you want. And then if you got any, whoops, wrong thing. Where's my mono? This is a Tombow Mono Zero eraser, which is really nice for these kinds of things. So anyway, so here's your line coming down on this, and then you're going to turn it again, repeat on all 3 sides. Your ribbon width down, start right under the point of the triangle, and then curve it so you come in right here, okay? All right, and the last side, ribbon width down, and then you're going to follow that in and curve it in here. I might have gone too thin over there. Let's try that. Whoops, wrong way. Let's try that again. Okay, now a little further down. There, that's better. Now, I've had to adjust this triangle in the middle, but that's still basically what we want. So we have now a shape that goes out in 3 different directions. All right? Now, normally at this point I would take an inking pen and draw in my triquetra shape. But because we're going to add this heart shape in, I'm going to go ahead and draw triquetra in pencil so that we can work in the other knot, the heart part. Okay? So if I'm doing this in pencil, what I'm doing is I'm coming from the top of this, and we're basically going to redraw that first line down, but we're going to stop at the line that's coming out right here. Okay? Then I'm going to erase that line coming down. All right? And that's all we're going to do. Okay? Then we're going to repeat on 3 sides. So we're going to follow this line down, and I frequently go outside to curve this real pretty outside the triangle, but that's okay. The triangle is just a guide. So nice pretty curve, and we're going to come all the way down here and meet this line that's coming out of this other point, and then we're going to stop And we're going to erase the rest of this. Okay? Repeat on the third side. Start at the tip. Nice pretty curve down. Stop at the line. And erase. That center line is going to become important when we put the heart in. So don't worry about it right now. Okay, so this is where we're at now. Now, because we're going to be putting this heart in the middle of this, okay, we're going to want this area here to be nice and roomy so that we have room for this part to come down and out. All right, so we're going to join this on the very top, right? So this part is finished, and we should have room here for that heart section to come through. So that looks pretty good. And we're going to want to make sure that we leave space in each section of this for the heart coming through. So this looks pretty good, and this will be, oh, see, I didn't curve that enough. So let's go out with this. Actually, I want to redraw this. I come down here, make that a little roomier, and then I'm going to bring this one like so. So we have a nice curved shape there. And then this part, of course, will come out. Yes? And again, this also comes out, and this. All right, last side. So I'm going to go ahead and, since we are curving this here, do I need to adjust that? Let's try. See, that's too thin. I think I need to adjust this to come straight. I need to adjust this to come straight out so that I have more room in here. So I'm going to redraw this line like so, like I had it originally, and come out and curve that. I need a bigger eraser, don't I? All right, and then we will adjust this ribbon to come straight out here further. Yeah. All right. So make sure and go ahead and tidy up your lines so that when we start adding more stuff, you don't get confused. I know it seems like a small thing, and you feel like you're going to remember where everything is, and you probably will, because you're probably thinking on a better level than me. But for me, it just got less confusing if I was sure what lines I was doing. And so we want this one to come right like that, and then this will be like so. Okay, let me take this out too, or at least lighten it some. All right, now for the heart. Okay, now is where we use the center line, and that's how we know where the point is going to be. So you want to start your heart at the point inside this middle section, and go ahead and put in your entire ribbon. I'm going to turn this a little bit. Your entire ribbon that's going to show here. Now, according to the over-under rule, which we've gone over, this is, let's follow this path here. Okay, so this is over, this is under this is going over this. So when we come to this heart, this path needs to go under the heart shape. So we're going to come out over this line on this side for both of these. Okay? So here again, whoops, I am throwing stuff like crazy. All right, so, and then once you get it erased, double check yourself over, and then it'll go under. So that's correct. Okay? So that's our start. Now this one is going to go out and go under here, because we go under, and then this will go over, and then under and over. And see how that heart fits right into the pattern? And you don't, in it, as long as you get started right, it's going to work out just fine. Okay, the hardest part of this is sketching in your heart. Now you want your point, the point of the heart, to come right here. So take your middle line down and decide how you want the sides to go, and then bring them up and connect them with that outer line. Yeah? So bring that up and connect it. Let me see. That's pretty even. Oh, I am wiggly. I think that's closer. Sorry. All right. Yeah, that's a better angle for me. Okay. Now the erasing doesn't have to be perfect at this point. It's just so you know what's there. Now, let's check our over under here. We're going, now we're on the heart path. So we are going to do an aura under the line that we just drew. And we're going to come down here and stop. And let's consider this. This went over, now we need to go under. So that's perfect. We went under, and so now we need to go over this line. So go ahead and draw through. Yeah, see how that center line is helping us now? And then keep your ribbon width and sketch in another one here. And let's double check our over under on this side. So we have gone over here, under here. So this needs to go over here and then under here. Okay, so again with the erasing, there's a better eraser. Let's try this one. So this is going over, so we take that out. This is going under here, so that's correct. Under and then over. Okay, so under, we went under here. We're going to go over on this, so take out these two. And then we're under. Hey, look at that, guys. Now, you take out your triangle lines, your center line, any extra goop you got. You're ready to ink it. Zoom out a little bit. This is ready to ink. See how easy that was? I mean, I was amazed at how easy that was. Once we have the method for triquetra down, you know, the heart part was pretty simple. So, okay, let's ink it, see how that turns out. I am going to use, if I can find it, I think I'll ink it with my PN. This is a Pigma Micron PN from Sakura of Japan. It has a little bit larger nib. I'm going to say more like a 0.3 to 5, something like that. I don't know. It's supposed to, it has a plastic nib. It's supposed to be variable on the thickness due to pressure. So I think I'm going to start by inking the heart. And I might go outside my lines. Now each time you come to an intersection, make sure that you start on the other side at the same spot. Okay? I am notorious for my ribbons being thick on one side and thin on the other, so I really try to pay attention to that. All right. All right. Now. Oops, I went a little crazy there. All right. Okay, so there's your heart. Now all we got to do is put in triquetra, and you can take that and do anything you want with it after that. Now I will tell you, on the example that I tangled on this one, I did not ink this shape to begin with. I tangled on it with the pencil outline on purpose so that I could have the tangles go outside the guidelines if they wanted to. Yes, my tangles are very much alive. Oops. Sort of made that one smaller, didn't I? All right. That didn't turn out bad at all. Now, where's my good eraser? All you got to do now, erase your lines, and you have got a playground here for creative license. Go out and have fun. Now, I do want to mention that when you choose your tangles, choose them carefully. The more intricate the tangles, the harder it's going to be to work and to not work. And I'm speaking in general, not just in this example. When you come to corners, when you choose your tangles, consider what are you going to do with those in the corner? How are they going to turn the corner? Think about tight spaces like in the center. You know, is this tangle going to work going underneath and over and that kind of thing? Sorry about that. Anyway, Simba and the cats. What can I say? So anyway, take some care, think it through, and I have many tiles where I have drawn shapes and tried out in sections different tangles to see which ones are going to work in a rounded, more 3D look, and which are going to work if your surface is flat like this. You know, keep that in mind as you tangle. If you have questions, whatever, get in touch with me. And most especially, please tag me with your art on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you are so that I can look at it and really enjoy your gorgeous creations. So many of you go out there and you take what I give you and you do so much more than what I can do. And that's why I do this. That's what makes me the happiest. So, you know, tag me with your art, the Tireless Tangler, and I can't wait to see what you create. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and the notification bell and all of that, and I will see you next time on the Tireless Tangler. Thanks.